In the following video, I'll be reviewing a movie trailer for a film that is not appropriate for children. Militant vegans might really like it, though. Someone asked me about this new Bambi the Reckoning movie that's coming out, and they said, oh, I bet you probably find these movies really offensive. This is from the studio that also did a horror movie that was based on Winnie the Pooh, or I think they did two of them. And then they had another one come out recently that was based on Peter Pan. And this might come as a surprise, but no, I don't really have a problem with anything like this. These things are now in the public domain. That means anybody can take ideas from them and build on them. And I think it's pretty clear to anyone who sees these movies, like, I haven't even seen these movies, and even I can tell they're not adaptations. This is kind of like a fun, schlocky horror twist on things. And in the same way that you have like creepy dolls in horror films or broken toys that kind of create a spooky vibe in certain kinds of stories, I think it actually makes sense to draw on beloved children's stories and then fracture them and use them as the basis for horror movies. If that's not your cup of tea, then of course don't watch them. I mean, I generally don't prefer slasher films. I enjoy a good horror film every now and then, but usually only if it also has something funny going on in it. Like, I like the Evil Dead films because they have a great sense of humor, and The Cabin in the Woods is kind of your classic dark humor, really, really good creative violence that is not appropriate for children. So if kids you're watching with your parents, not for you, wait a few years, but when you're old enough for it, you'll really enjoy it. So anyway, what I thought I would do is watch the trailer. I haven't actually seen the trailers for any of the films done in this previous vein, and I haven't seen the films, so it might be interesting to just kind of watch the trailer and see what I think. Bambi the Reckoning. Ooh, that's a really spooky thumbnail.
Just a chew, is he?
We're visiting his dad's family.
That's actually not too far off from what an angry buck can sound like. They're obviously doing something smart with the CG where they're not showing very much. That'll save a lot of money and make the animal scarier. Oh my gosh.
The plan is to draw it out of the shadows.
You're bringing it here.
It's perfectly safe.
Oh man. Gross. Oh, that was nasty. You're not gonna outrun a deer. I'm sorry. You are not gonna outrun a deer. Ooh. Those are some gnarly teeth. I'm pretty sure deer don't actually have that many teeth like that are long. It's the ones in front. And then they have some flat molars in the back, but yeah, he's got some dental issues going on. Okay. Oh man, is the blonde chick gonna make it? It's a horror film, so probably not. Okay. That doesn't look like it's going to have very much to do with the book Bambi, eine Lebensgeschichte aus dem Walde, or Bambi, A Life in the Woods by Felix Salten. I also suspect they're going to bypass the political allegory in the book, since Salten wrote the book as an allegory for what was going on with Jews in Europe during the 1930s. He wrote the book to show that they were being hunted, that there were enemies who would destroy them at all costs, and that they would have to look out for themselves if they expected to survive. I suspect that won't come up in this film at all, and that's probably for the best because it looks like a nice, fun, schlocky, popcorn-munching horror movie, if that's your kind of thing that you'll enjoy. Definitely don't bring the kids to this one is gonna be my assumption here. So while this isn't the usual kind of thing I do on this show, I am curious to know if any of you would like me to watch and review these films, because even though obviously they're not really based on the original books, they're more drawing on familiar themes and images, which could be interesting. But if you would like me to, I will start watching these movies and look for anything in them that could actually count as coming from the books and maybe some interesting ways that they've interpreted plot elements. So let me know. Would you like me to watch The Creepy Peter Pan? And are you planning on watching Bambi, The Reckoning?